Boker Tov, good morning. We are here, almost Shabbat Shalom. Well, of course, we could wish it from now. We could wish it from Wednesday, in truth. But here we are, another day, another sleepless night. Here in this house, we have whatever virus is running through it. Last night it was Ellis's turn, so I'm hoping Goldie stays clear. But of course, it's definitely not going to happen. You know, have 3 kids, have 3 days of viruses. I guess, whatever. It's one after the other is maybe a little bit better that no 2 are doing it at the same time, but there's also something to be said with getting it done and getting it out of your house. Anyway, so here we are to continue our journey together towards Tisha B'Av, but I feel like a lot of the connections that we've had and the teachings that have been connected to specifically to Tisha B'Av. And so I don't want this week's Parsha, this week's portion, this week's Torah learning to slip away from us. So I want to just make sure that we learn something from this week's Parsha as well. Just give me 1 second. Okay. I forgot to tell Camp he wasn't coming, so the director's worried where her pal is. Okay, so here we are, back in the saddle, focused on where we are. So this week's Parsha Devarim words, the new book of the Torah, the last book of the Torah. I want to talk about turning points and the power of reflection in moving forward. So Moses is standing at the cusp of the promised land and the journey to it. And in this moment of reflection, a moment when the Israelites are about to embark on a new chapter in their lives. But before they take that step, Moses calls to them to pause, to stop, to look back on the road they've traveled. Coincidentally, but not coincidentally, but absolutely not because of this Parsha, but for each and every mitzvah, bar bat mitzvah, b'nai mitzvah, I always tell the students to look out, take a screenshot because you have to talk in their language, or a screen capture, or take a second to look at the crowd in front of you, to look around in the place wherever that service is taking place, to know that it took all of those people, and yeah, probably some of your parents or your grandparents' friends that you don't even know them. They just say they knew you forever. But those people that are sitting there before you are part of your journey. Like, you needed all of that and everything that led up to that day to be able to stand present in that day. And we have to look back that all these people have been journeying with you to this moment. And that was the moment for Moshe, for Moses, and the Israelites. But why is this so important? The idea, the key that we hold on to from this parsha is the turning point itself, the moment when reflection can catalyze transformation. So Moses urges the people to examine their past, not to dwell in regret, but to learn, to grow, to make a conscious decision about how they're going to move forward. It's not about the mistakes they've made or we've made or people have made, but the choice that they or we have now in this moment. Are they going to repeat? Moses is thinking to himself, I'm sure, are they going to repeat the same mistakes, or will they use their past to fuel their future success? We have all faced moments of turning points, some that are so minute and some that are seeming insurmountable. And this is personally, this is communally, this is globally, and in the chaos of the modern life, for sure, we often rush ahead without reflecting on the lessons that could guide us from the past. We're in a time of constant change, from political upheaval to environmental crises. But just like the Israelites, just like the Jews of old, we too stand at the edge of a moment where we need to decide, will we learn from our past to transform our future, or will we remain stuck in the patterns that hold us back? Turning points. Turning points in leadership, turning points in existence, turning points. Moses offers another profound lesson in leadership. He takes responsibility, he as an individual, takes responsibility for the failings of the community, the failings of his people, recognizing that his own actions contributed to the delay in their journey. I mean, that's pretty impressive. Most leaders, even the very best of them, would probably want to leave the ownership portion of that aside, right? This act of accountability is itself a turning point. One that forces him to pause and to reflect and to make peace with the reality that he's not going to be part of that promised future, but that the people will be able to carry on, and they must. Moses models what true leadership looks like. It's not about avoiding mistakes, but rather about forcing them to bring about change, about facing them and choosing how to move forward. In our world today, many leaders struggle with accountability. And they struggle with reflection, whether it's politics or business or whatever it is. We've seen it so many times over, that the the unwillingness to confront mistakes is ever present. The lesson is clear here. True leadership requires the courage to look back at the turning points and decide what new direction we will chart. Moses' example challenges us all, as individuals, as a society, to take responsibility for our actions and their impact. And then to take that and act with integrity to create the change that we're looking for. That's societal. That's global. That's big. That's community. But also, we have personal turning points for each of us. Moments in our life where reflection can either paralyze us in the past or empower us to step to the future. Whether it's dealing with a personal loss or failure or, I don't know, simply the challenge of navigating life in its complex ways. We have the choice to repeat old patterns or to forge a new path. The old patterns, here's the sneeze, that I was waiting for the last 10 minutes. Here is the ultimate choice. The easy, of course, is to stay with the old pattern. And maybe forging a new path seems like, oh, that's too much work. But in this parsha, in this Torah portion, Moses urges the Jews not to simply continue forward because of a promise. Yes, you're getting the land. You're going, I'm not going, you're getting it. So great, that's your blessing. But instead of just having that blessing of promise, Moses encourages the Jews to embrace the power of self-examination. Like, what have we learned? He asks. What will we do with this knowledge? These are questions that transform our personal turning points from moments of despair into maybe some growth. So what have we learned and what will we do with this knowledge? So we talk about turning points that are personal, turning points that are in leadership. We talk about looking beyond ourselves. Usually we're looking at all that is beyond and forgetting to look at ourselves. But after looking at ourselves and we look beyond, this Torah learning speaks of bigger challenges. Bigger challenges in community. We know we live in a fractured world. Politics, environment, social changes. We are at a collective turning point, or we are at a point where we need to turn. I think it sounds better. There are so many things. The anti-Semitism, the climate crisis, like tsunami, come on. The political polarization. These are just 3 things. But there are countless things. We all have our things that get our skin twisted. These things are the reminders, they're urgent reminders that we can't afford to ignore our past. Our past mistakes are mistakes. They're opportunities for turning points. As individuals, as leaders, as a global community, we got to do better. We are being called, like the Israelites, are we moving forward together? How will we do it? Moses reminds us that the turning point is not an invitation to get stuck in the past somewhere, because that's easy to do. We don't have to look forward if we stick in the past. But we got to use it as a catalyst. We got to use it as some way to transform. Our history, with all of its challenges, offers us this unique opportunity to learn and to grow and to renew our commitment to shared value in our divided world. And it is painfully fragmented. We have the chance to redefine what it means to work together for the common good, what it means to be sewers, seamstresses, tailors of the tapestry of commonality, of diversity, but of this beautiful tapestry of humanity. The world is moving quickly, and we are tempted to forget about the lessons of the past. But we need to pause. We need to examine our choices. We need to take responsibility for the path that we walked, and we need to open ourselves to the possibility of real change. So as this week of learning comes to a close, tomorrow, of course, when the Torah is done being read and the next section comes to be, we ask ourselves, what is our turning point? What are we learning from in the past? Where are we taking the mistakes and changing them up so that they can be a new direction that is honoring the values that will empower us to create something better for us and for all? Turning points are the catalyst for change. Together, we will make that change. Thank you, Jennifer. The blessing for my sneeze. It is always a pleasure to be with you, Suze and Elisa, Linda, Bet, Jennifer, whoever else is watching. As we continue to learn, turning points, catalysts for opportunity, for difference, for betterment. Let's be the best that we can be by learning from the past and creating a better future together. We are one human family, one heart of abundant love. We love you, and we'll be back here tonight at 6:30. Couple of announcements. Don't go anywhere. Tonight at 6:30 for services. Tomorrow morning at 9:30. And tomorrow night at 9 p.m. for Tisha B'Av, as we read from the modern interpretations of Lamentations. That we take destruction and we look for promise of the future. So that is 9 p.m. tomorrow night. We will see you back here. So you got a lot of connections. 6:30 tonight, 9:30 tomorrow morning, 9 p.m. tomorrow night. Together, let's show up for one another. Am Yisrael Chai. The Jewish people will live. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. 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 Od Avinu Chai. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.